How much should you sell your beats for? Or how much should you pay for a beat? How do you put a price tag on a beat? How do you say, well, it's worth X amount of dollars? Now, some people would say is, if your beat is hot, sell it for more money. And if it's not that good, sell it for less. But you have to ask yourself, what is a hot beat? To me, a hot beat is a beat that an artist can make the best song possible. But everybody have different styles. Everybody has different descriptions of what a hot beat is. Yeah, there's some basic things like, if your hi-hats is too high. I've heard, hi-hats that sound distorted, it's so loud. But if you think about it, that might be a kind of sound that somebody may like. I've heard drums that sound distorted, but they put that distortion on there to give it a certain sound, to give it that sound, or a certain effect. So really, there's no such thing as a hot beat. A hot beat is what you think is hot. I've had beats that I made back in 2003 that, because it's old, and as time goes by, you get better. So I consider them not hot beats. They're not good. But I let some people hear it, and they loved it. And I actually sold it for $200. A beat that I thought was garbage. Sold for $200. Had I not played it to them, it would just been sitting on one of my discs, one of my CDs. Which, let me show you something. See this? Most of these are beats. Some of them, it's like software. Most of these are beats. Okay? So, at times I go through my CDs and see what beats I got. And, so, I played it to them and I sold it. So, what would you consider, how would you price these beats? Well, you have to ask yourself, who are you trying to cater to? Because there's different class of artists. There's some artists who just do this for recreation. They really not trying to make it or nothing. So how can I expect this kind of person to pay $200 for a beat? I can't. But $5, $4, sure. They're leasing it. They won't own it. Just like when you buy a CD in the store, you own the CD. You don't own the music. Same thing with them. They don't own the music. They don't own the beat. So I can resell it repeatedly. Okay? I typically sell my beats for $4. Leasing like that. People are like, why $4? So I actually had a guy ask me on YouTube, why $4? Because it's catchy. Think about it. Everybody sell their beats for $10, $15, $20, $25, $50, $100, $200, even numbers. Right? But imagine if, after artists be looking through different pages or different people's beats, and everybody's doing the even number thing, and then they go to my site and they see $4. It's like $4. It makes them interested, like, and it's creative. I mean, we're supposed to be creative as producers, and having $4 is creative. It's different. Think about having like 10 beats. They all $5 or they all $10, and I come up with $4. They're gonna want to listen to that $4 beat because it's different. Even if the beat was $6 and the rest of them was $5, they're gonna want to check out the $6 beat because it's off. Why is this one different? Why is it priced differently? So it just catches the eye. But I sell my beats for $4, not because they're garbage, only because I'm catering to a certain type of group of artists. And those are artists who really just getting started, and they just want to have good music. Or they are not making any money off this. Because bottom line is this. I think it's stupid to buy a beat for like $200, $500, $1,000, and you're not making any money off your music, you really don't have a plan to make any music, and you really don't have any way, you don't even have any fans. If you don't even have any fans, why would you pay that kind of money for a beat? You know? And this might piss some producers off. I mean, I've heard some producers rant about, you know, producers selling their beats cheap and it's messing up the game. And, you know, one guy was like, you know, how can you, if Def Jam, you know, called you up and want a beat from you, but then they turn around and see your site, how can they take you serious? Well, if they just want a beat from me that is going to get 150%, and they'll be the only one to hear it and get it, then you're going to pay extra for that. You're going to pay. Plus your Def Jam, I'm going to charge you more money. Straight up. And if you don't want to buy, then so what? You don't buy. My goal isn't really to go industry. If it happens, great. But that's not my goal. You know, so it's all different for different people. I guess you're going to say different strokes for different folks. But just when you're pricing your beats, just think about it. Who are you catering to? Really, that's a typical business practice. You should think about who you're catering to before you even put a price on any product. It's basic business principles, you know. So when you do that, think about who you're selling to, and then you put a price tag on it, and then you market to those people. You market to those people. Alright? So just make sure you check me out, freebiggroundbeats.com. And I got a lot of things going on there. You can sell your gear. I can make a website, a page for you on the site, even if you're a producer or artist. It's good to have your own page on there. I get, you know, people come to my site right often, so it's good exposure. And make sure you check out my networking, my social networking site as well. The links will be on to the right to the description. Alright, peace.